Ladies and gentlemen, the world of professional wrestling never stops, and welcome to another ridiculous report. Velveteen Dream, remember him? Now he's known as Patrick Clark. He is in Maryland Pro Wrestling in Baltimore. He released a video on Instagram saying that he wanted his job back in WWE and decided to compare himself to Chris Benoit. I'm not sure if that was the best way to go, but he said he's not Chris Benoit. People are accusing him of being like Chris Benoit.
You know, they're going so far as to compare me to Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit is a killer. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. Because if you push hard enough, I'll kill pro wrestling for you.
He said, Chris Benoit is a killer. I'm not a killer, but don't push me hard enough. I'll kill pro wrestling. Again, I don't think that was the best choice of words or person to bring up for Velveteen Dream, Patrick Clark, if he's trying to work his way back to WWE. He had a ton of issues, drug-related, all kinds of weird reports about him, but when he's in the ring and when he has a microphone in his hands, he's incredibly talented. I thought he was going to be a massive star on the main roster for a decade. Plus, once he finally got there, never happened. He couldn't get out of his own way. He's still in great shape. He looks good, but mentally, I'm not sure what's going on. But he thanked fans for starting the We Want the Dream hashtag. I'm not sure how viral that went, but I don't know if we'll ever see Velveteen Dream back in WWE. I think he's going to go down as one of the biggest what-ifs in professional wrestling history. AEW star Kenny Omega recently did an interview and took a shot at WWE. That seems to be the thing to do. Will Ospreay's doing that. This comment by Kenny Omega kind of pissed me off because it's a contradiction to what his own company's doing. I feel like we're heading down a path where a couple WrestleManias down the road, we're going to be having Mr. Beast versus Logan Paul. What is the wrestling acumen? How many miles have they put into it? Like, does it matter? So Kenny Omega taking a shot at WWE there for using outside celebrities, social media stars such as Logan Paul. I can't stand it as well. I can't stand that Logan Paul is going to be challenging Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday Night's main event later this month. I think it's a joke. But also, on the flip side, Logan Paul has had like 19 matches and has proven to be a natural in the ring. Bad Bunny in his one match with Damian Priest was excellent. AEW has the Costco guys, and they had a pre-show match at Full Gear. It was forgettable. They were a huge part of their promotion for Full Gear, the Costco guys. Here comes the boom. So it just seems a little hypocritical for Kenny Omega to say, you know, WWE using all these stars. Meanwhile, we got the Costco guys and Master P on Dynamite. And, you know, what the hell is that? I understand Kenny Omega's point, but it just doesn't make sense coming from him, given the actions of the company he works for. I don't understand the need to make that comment, but they're clearly in a confident place in AEW despite every statistic, so good for them. Speaking of strange comments, John Cena, undisputed WWE champion John Cena, was interviewed by Us Weekly today. He was at the Upfronts in New York promoting one of his 8,000 projects he has going on outside of WWE. But he was asked about his comments about Vince McMahon about a month ago before WrestleMania. He said in a New York Times interview that he loved Vince McMahon wholeheartedly. And, you know, he understood the issues there, but he loved him for everything he's done for him in his career. So he was asked about those comments today, and he surprisingly didn't back down at all. He just said, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and so am I. Here's Cena's exact quote. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, just like I'm entitled to have an emotional connection to somebody. I don't hold anybody or how they feel or what they view as permissible or things that'll make them angry, happy, excited, sad. That's their right as a human being. I'm not surprised by any of that. So he's just saying, I'm not surprised by the backlash, the negative feedback I got from fans for supporting Vince McMahon, but it's my right to support him. It's my right to have an emotional connection with the man. If you don't know, Vince McMahon resigned from WWE last year due to a lawsuit from Janelle Grant alleging sex trafficking. John Laurinaitis was wrapped up in all this, and he's gone from the company. They've effectively erased him. They haven't mentioned him at all. It's like he doesn't exist. And if the allegations are true, it's deservedly so, but Cena has a long history with McMahon. I understand wanting to support your friend, but he's just inviting criticism with these public comments, but he feels that strongly, so what can you do? Finally, let's get into the AEW Dynamite preview. It's Beach Break in Chicago. I don't know if Chicago has beaches, but they're having a beach break show tomorrow night. The main event will be Jon Moxley defending his AEW World Championship against Samoa Joe. For the love of God, I hope Samoa Joe wins, but I don't think they're taking the title off Moxley on an episode of Dynamite, so I'm assuming Moxley will get that win, and the national nightmare of the Death Riders will continue. Hangman Adam Page and Will Ospreay will be teaming up to face Konosuke Takeshita and Josh Alexander of the Don Callis family. Ricochet will be facing Zach Gowen, the one-legged wrestler who's making a return. I have no idea why that is happening on Dynamite, but I'm going to tune in just to watch that. It's either going to be awesome or a train wreck, which is awesome to me either way. And finally, there'll be an AEW Women's Championship Eliminator match, Toni Storm versus Sky Blue, and a mystery opponent. Hopefully it's a great episode of Dynamite tomorrow night. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much for watching.